Oh, it just kind of stopped. At least it wasn't in the air when that happened. This is why I didn't have any problems on the second day. I'm definitely gonna be checking this in the future. I never thought this would be an issue. It takes about 2 minutes to check it if you do it while you're building it, maybe 5 minutes to check it if you have to tear it apart afterwards. That's not enough time to warrant the price tag. If I'd paid $550 for this and on the first flight it ended up nose deep in the ground, I would be awful angry. I recently maidened the Habu out at the field and I had an issue come up during the first try. I wasn't sure what was going on at the time, but I went ahead and flew it because it seemed like it was okay after it happened. Ooh, what happened there? Oh, it just kind of stopped. At least it wasn't in the air when that happened. Now it seems fine. I'm a little afraid to take off with this. I took it out a second day, and before I put it up in the air, I figured I should probably take it apart and take a look at the EDF to make sure it was okay. I'm glad I did that because I ran into a problem. It was fairly easy to fix, but it could have meant the loss of my new jet. In retrospect, I really shouldn't have flown it like that. I should have taken the time to tear it apart on the first maiden day, take a look at it, double check everything, then put it back together and put it up in the air. I didn't do that. I got lucky this time. I might not next time. So from now on, I'm definitely gonna check for things like this. To show you what happened, I'm gonna pull it down from the rafters, emulate what was wrong the first time, and then we'll tear it apart and I'll show you exactly how to fix it. What we've got to do is remove this access panel for the EDF and we'll pull it out and I'll show you what happened. This is more or less what it looked like when I pulled it out, and everything seems to be fine. You move the motor, the shaft turns, expected, and that looks okay. I almost stopped here and I almost put it back together, and that would have been a huge mistake. Let me show you what's going on under the hub. When I pulled that off at the field, I initially thought it looked okay, and then I realized I could turn the fan without turning the center. Well, that's not supposed to happen. If you notice, that washer's not very tight either. So I went ahead and pulled it apart. And this is really loose right now because I'm trying to show you what happened. And I noticed two things. One, there was a lot of Loctite that was never used. Two, you could see in the back here where it's been gouged out by the metal key that's in here. This was clearly spinning inside of here because this was not even close to being tight on there. It was an easy enough fix once I knew what was going on. I just made sure to match this up. Got it on there the whole way this time. I made sure that the nut was nice and tight, and then I went ahead and put the front back on. And that's all it was. The fans were only being held in place by the friction that this bolt was putting on it between it and the nut in front of it. It wasn't being held between the nut and the key on the drive shaft. So at some point, the power going through this was enough to make it spin without making these fins spin and just hollow out the inside of that. It seems fine now, and it flew perfectly fine the whole second day. Actually had a lot more power. Again, I got away really lucky on the first day. Please check these. I'm gonna be doing it from now on, regardless of if it's a new jet like this one or a used jet. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back together. There's this little plate that slips out. It's kind of over top of the wires. Don't forget to put that in properly. This fell out when I was at the field and I couldn't figure out where it actually went. This just kind of slides in here and it holds the wires down and out of the way. Just like that. I'm gonna reassemble this and then we'll be done. Now we'll just check it to make sure that everything's still connected fine. Okay, so regular, reverse, and emergency are all working perfectly. This is why I didn't have any problems on the second day. I got that fixed and then I went back out. So definitely check this in the future. I'm definitely gonna be checking this in the future. I never thought this would be an issue, but apparently it is. It takes about 2 minutes to check it if you do it while you're building it. It takes maybe 5 minutes to check it if you have to tear it apart afterwards because you forgot to check it. That's not enough time to warrant the price tag. This is a $550 jet, I think. If I'd paid $550 for this and on the first flight It ended up nose deep in the ground. I would be awful angry. Make sure to double check that before you take your jet out for the first time. We got some more amazing weather today. I'm gonna get some more footage of the Habu XS in the air. All right, right, left, down, right, left. Ooh, what happened there? No, it just kind of stopped. I think maybe the motor came undone inside. Yeah. Well, I don't quite understand what happened. At least it wasn't in the air when that happened. Now it seems fine, but I'm half afraid to take off with it. I don't know. It seems fine now. No. There's no way that was reverse thrust. Yeah, it's fine now. Yeah, it does. Not quite as much, but the other one's way, way lighter. Well, I think this floats better than my SS that I had. It's definitely controllable in the float. So this is flaps up. Like no throttle coming in there. A little bit. The Viper was way worse. Whoop. Yeah, I knew that was gonna be bouncy, but I didn't want to keep it in the air any longer. Nah, I just didn't want to keep it up there anymore. Oh.
That's a big plane. That's your biggest plane, isn't it, really? Like body
That battery is very, very low. It's not even registering. All right, you're up, man. I think I just killed a battery. I almost went around for another try at the landing too. I'm glad I didn't. May not have made it. Boy, she sucks the juice out. I'm gonna have to test this battery. Holy cow, this is hot. That's not so bad, but the connector sure is. That's not good.